You're watching NHL Power Week.
Joining me in the show this week is Hall of Fame coach, 10-time Stanley Cup champ, Scotty Bowman. Now, Scotty, if you have to retire, the Gulf Coast of Florida is not a bad place to be. However, having said that, do you miss it?
Well, I don't miss it as much as I thought I would miss it, maybe because I knew that it was going to be my last year. And I've been able to go to some games. When I was living in Buffalo in November, went to some games with the Sabres. I come down, I see a lot of games in Tampa. Been over to Sunrise, Florida twice. My daughter lives in Georgia. So I try not to watch the Red Wing games as much as I can, because then I think I'd be into wondering if I do this or do that. So I see a lot of games on.
All right, now, last year after you won it, on the ice I saw you with Chelly, hugging him. What was said?
I just said, that this is it. This is my last game. And he said, you're only kidding. I said, no, not really. I had planned on it. I didn't want to mention it to anybody prior to the game being over, because I felt it would be a distraction. So I just thought it was the right time.
When in your head, though, Scotty, the game's going on, it's a close game, Game 5. Mm-hmm. Did you decide then and there on the bench it was over, or had you decided months prior?
No, I decided during the Olympic break. I went to Florida. I was up in Orlando with my family, and that was during the Olympics. And all of a sudden, I just said, this is the time I should try to get out with a winner. I mean, you can't guarantee that. So I kept it to myself.
With all the success you've had, 30-plus years of coaching, people quite often say, I want a do-over. Is there any one regret or thing you'd like to do over or change from those 30-plus years?
Well, I would like to have done better in Buffalo. We had good teams. We got to a 100-point level, but we didn't have enough experience in the playoffs. I learned by that you cannot win with an all-young team. You probably can't win with just all veterans, but you'd have a better chance.
You need some seasoning.
I think you need everything. And I think in Detroit, well, we had everything last year because we had about 9 players that were on the 2 previous Cup winners. We had fellas like Robitaille, Hasek, Duchesne that had never won a Cup and played a long time in the league, a lot of games. We had Chelios that hadn't won in 15 years. Brett Hull had won 1 Cup in Dallas. So and then we had a good nucleus of young players. And so when you put it all together, that team pretty well, when they got Dominic Hasek, that put us over the top.
Last question, maybe the most important question, Scotty. Mm-hmm. Is your wife sick of you yet?
Well, I'm fortunate. My wife doesn't play much golf, so she does her thing and I do my thing. She was a little bit slow coming to Florida, and I said, well, I'm going anyways. But no, she enjoys it, and she's really enjoyed this year because she likes to plan for the family. We have kids all over the place. I got a daughter in New York City, 2 boys in Chicago, a daughter in Augusta, Georgia. So now we've been able to visit them, and that's been a lot of fun.
You're enjoying it, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scotty.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
While round 2 may have signaled a painful end for some teams, there was no scaring away these hits and saves.
Fernandez. Your classic 2-pad slide going from left post to right post. Roman trying to cut in. Hip check down by Chara. And Primo is belted by Verada, who came across. Centered shot. What a save on Letman. What a save by Jaguar. Keep that one in mind.
Boy, underrated save by Jaguar. Rolison plays it up the glass. It comes back inside of the net. Cut to the desk. Save made by Rolison.
That got underneath him, but I think he made the save with his arm. My goodness.
Sikora didn't pick him up coming until the last second.
This story is all about Dwayne Rolison. Rolison deserves most of the credit. He was absolutely brilliant for the Wild.
You ain't going to beat him down low, not like that.
Drops it to the near side. Backhander, Conte. 2 saves, and he hangs on.
How close did this puck come?
Bertuzzi, save made. Rebound, save made.
When a puck is along the wall, you're going to pay a big price, and you don't want to go into the corner with that guy.
Crashing the net can help you reach the semifinals, but only deep concentration will get you through them.
Here's Giolta in front, and a save by the lead.
Oh, that's Marty Brodeur at his best right there.
Marty Brodeur on Marty Havlik.
You dream about saves like this when you're a kid. Look at this. This is reality.
Canadian goaltenders take center stage in this week's International Update. To start off, we head to Minnesota, where Dwayne Rollison has had a wild ride in this year's playoffs.
Dwayne Rollison's story is a beauty. A career backup. He's been a solid #1 this season for the Minnesota Wild. A big reason why they're still alive in the division race.
How good has Dwayne Rollison been? What a save by Dwayne Rollison. Comes up big again. There's a great save by Rollison. I'll tell you what, Rollison's been one of the most pleasant surprises in the league this year. Dwayne Rollison playing the best hockey of his career.
Martin Brodeur of the Devils consistently leads his team into the postseason, and this might just be the year Brodeur finally captures the award for league MVP and Vezina Trophy.
The better part of 10 years now, the New Jersey Devils have been solid Stanley Cup contenders. The one constant has been the brilliant goaltender, Martin Brodeur.
Without question, the best player in the league is Martin Brodeur. Yep. Oh boy, Marty's got it going now. The greatest honor you can get is when your teammates vote you the team's most valuable player at the end of the year. 7 straight years they've done that for Mr. Brodeur. The ultimate honor.
I've never seen Marty do that before. That was exciting.
There's lots of people saying Brodeur is the best player in hockey, period, let alone the best goaltender.
Oh, those are big saves, folks. That is brilliant.
I mean, he's a Walk Hall of Famer, and he still has a lot of hockey ahead of him.
Winning the cup again would make him a 3-time champ. Meanwhile, Ottawa's Patrick Lalime is dreaming of a cup of his own.
Patrick Lalime is going to be the goalie of note this year for Ottawa again.
Can't beat Lalime. Oh, what a save by Lalime. He may have just saved the game right there.
He did.
I don't know how he stopped that one. Incredible.
Oh, another save by Lalime. Press the button, throw up the arm. Inspector Gadget has all the tools tonight.
And Patrick Lalime, not once, not twice, but 3 times comes up with a remarkable saves. And boy, he continues to be hot.
Chopped down by Simfer Walker. Walker breaking in. Slips it up the air. What a stop by Lalime. Oh, Patrick Lalime. What a tremendous save.
Out west, Dan Cloutier seeks to lead his Vancouver Canucks into the finals for the first time since 1994.
We are going to see why Cloutier has been the difference time and time again for the Vancouver Canucks this year, and very quietly has had an incredible season, and perhaps not gotten the credit that he deserves the kind of year he's had. I'll tell you this about Cloutier. This year, I think he's not only performed well, but he has matured as a goaltender. And Cloutier has been absolutely incredible in key times in the hockey game so far.
Cloutier with a great save. Rebound. Oh, what a save by Dan Cloutier.
Cloutier with one of his best of the night.
Great stop by Cloutier. Brilliant goaltending from Dan Cloutier.
What a stop! Did you see that? Glove save, Dan Cloutier.
Cloutier continues to be Vancouver's best.
Next week, we sit down with the Devils' red-hot Jamie Langenbrunner.
It's been a fun run so far, but this team's goal is to win the Stanley Cup, and we're just getting started, hopefully.
A Superman save. Diving from his right to his left. That's the only way he's going to stop it.
There's another chance. Another sensational save. How did he do that? Unbelievable.
Prepared to be hit.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. That is a huge hit. Here's Catlett. Got a lead. Wrist shot to Johnson. An unbelievable save by Patrick Louis.
That was a huge stop.
And the Tampa Bay Lightning break out. LeCavalier onside. He's in alone. He waits. He fakes. He shoots. He scores! Vincent LeCavalier.
Native spins. Now to Sakic. In the clear.
And for the third time in 6 years, it can be said, the Detroit